What's up everybody, how are you doing today? In today's video we'll be comparing Katampe extension and Guzape. These two districts are one of the most sought after developing districts in Abuja, Nigeria. This is where most people actually prefer to live, buy houses and build. But these areas are also not cheap. It mostly has to do with people that are doing well in the society as well. But if you're working class, you can actually rent a house here because definitely you should be able to afford that. But in terms of buying a house or owning a property here, it's quite very expensive. These two districts tend to have similar qualities. They have the same hilly topography. They are well sought after. In these two areas is also where you find modern houses in Abuja, Nigeria. In fact, if you want to take a look at the kind of houses people are building in Abuja, these two areas is where you find it: Katampe extension and Guzape district. And also finally, these two areas are very calm and serene and one of the best places you can actually live and raise a family. So in this video, I'll be comparing Katampe extension and Guzape district along 7 areas. One will be proximity to other areas in Abuja city center. Second will be the greenery and the serenity of the place. Third will be the infrastructure development. Fourth will be the rent of development. And then fifth will be about cost of buying or renting a house here. And then sixth will be security. And then lastly will be about the availability of social amenities that you have in these areas. Which one do you think is better, Katampe extension or Guzape district? Which one will you prefer to buy a house? Which one will you prefer to live in? And which one do you think is better? Comment below and let me hear your thoughts in this video. Where I'm standing right now is like the entrance into Katampe extension. So at my back, it's the entrance this way. So that's the entrance into Katampe extension. Now, I consider that Katampe extension is very central to reaching every other part of the Abuja city center. If you go this way, you're actually going to Maitama, and from here to Maitama, which is one of the main hybrid districts in Abuja, it's like 3 minutes drive. From Katampe extension here to Maitama is like 3 minutes. And from Katampe extension here to Asokoro, it's like 7 minutes drive or so, or 10 minutes drive. Not even up to like 8 minutes drive maximum. And that means if you're living in Katampe extension, you can easily get into the city center in less than 10 minutes. And if you want to actually go to other areas like say Gwarimpa or Kubwa, that is this other expressway, you head down to Gwarimpa and Kubwa. So Katampe extension is very, very central. So if you are living in this area, it's very central to entering into the city, which is why most people prefer to actually live here. Alright, so in terms of proximity, Guzape is closer to Asokoro as well as Area 1. And from there you can navigate to the other parts of the city center. So Guzape is actually very close to town. I would say in terms of proximity to town, I'll just give you 50-50 because it all depends on where you're going. And the road networks are very excellent. And you have quick access road to head down to anywhere you're going to. When it comes to greenery, Guzape isn't very great about greenery. There are not a lot of trees being planted that I see here, so which makes Katampe far better option if you like greenery as well as if you like serenity. I think Katampe is more serene than what you have in Guzape because mainly because it's has been designated as mainly as a residential district than Guzape. Guzape you have a little bit of other buildings here, like you have a church, you have a mosque, you have a shopping mall, other stuff, commercial buildings than just the residential. In terms of a better hilly topography, Guzape is far better than Katampe because the houses are mostly built on hills in Guzape, and from your house, your balcony, from any point where you are, you can literally see the whole houses of your neighbor and all of that. So it has a better hilly topography than Katampe. So let me just show you guys what I'm talking about. Like where I'm walking right now is a hill. If I flip my camera right now at my front, you can literally see the houses over there from this place. And I'm not even in a house, okay? I'm just standing on the main road, and I can literally see all the houses around my surrounding, just standing on the main road. Now imagine if I'm in an upstairs from my balcony, what I could literally see. So this is how hilly this place is, and over there you still have lots of hills and all of that. Okay, so over there you can still see hills over there. You can actually climb up there and you can literally see all of the city. Okay, so much hills. All right, so you can see all of these houses are just on the hill. They're all on hills. That is the Katampe hills. All right, all of those places you find hills. So this whole place is like it's surrounded by hills, and if you are living here, many times people go for hiking on those hills. So people go hiking on those hills and all of that. So if you live in Katampe, that's one of the things that you're going to be doing, probably hike every Saturday, because I mean that's one of the sports people really do in Abuja. And just in case you haven't watched my video on the things you can do if you come to Abuja, Nigeria, you can check out this video up here. I actually talked about a lot of things you can do in Abuja, Nigeria, and hiking is definitely one of those things you want to check out. So people mostly come hiking in Katampe hills. So Katampe extension hills. So for instance, you can see that hill down. If you're looking for greenery, Katampe is your option, and not Guzape. If you're looking for hilly option, Guzape is your option, and not Katampe. All right, so the next thing I want to talk about is infrastructure development. Now, so I think Katampe Station have better infrastructure development than Guzape. Starting with the roads. The roads in Katampe are very much dualized, bigger, and there are trees planted, by the side than what you have in Guzape. And also, I'm told there is also a fiber optic company who is also laying internet cables around this area. I think the same also is given for Guzape, so which means people can easily just connect to this internet to their houses. That is, if you want to use their services. So that also is laid down here. And also I'm told that there's a water board also linked into all of these areas. In terms of infrastructure development, I think Katampe extension is far better. Talking about rate of development, I think Katampe extension have developed much faster than Guzape. Of course, a lot of development is still going on in Guzape, but Katampe extension has developed more faster. More people are living here than what you have in Guzape, and this place is kind of compact and smaller than Guzape, so you have that kind of more of a community feeling if you are living here than if you are living in Guzape. But one thing with Guzape is, if you want to really get inspiration on how modern house looks like, man, you have to just come to this place. The kind of buildings here, I'm not sure my video is even doing justice to them. Houses here are really, really modern designs, and looking very good. Well, having driven around, I think the buildings in Guzape actually beats the buildings in Katampe. They have much bigger, better designs in Guzape than they have in Katampe. But when it comes to greenery and serenity, I think Katampe actually beats Guzape. Now, when it comes to social amenities, that means quick access to grocery stores, quick access to schools, hospitals, police stations, and what have you. Now, the Katampe extension was basically made for as residential, so you don't have grocery stores here. not that I've seen of. So all my drive around, there are no grocery stores, there are no supermarkets here. So if you want to get things here, and if you're living here, your easiest way to get things is actually to move down to Gwarinpa, which is like 10 minutes drive from here. Then you can actually pick up stuff they want to pick up. However, there is this local market they have somewhere around here, a kind of small local market. I mean, it's not everybody that want to go there. So your best option is to go to Gwarinpa, where you can easily get stuff and then bring it down here. So in terms of pharmacy, I think I only saw one pharmacy in this Katampe extension. So there are even no hospitals here as well. So in terms of social amenity, I think Guzape is far ahead. In Guzape, you will find there is a church, there is a mosque, there is a shopping mall. Right there, so that's the Guzape shopping mall. So there's a shopping mall in Guzape. However, in Katampe, there are no shopping malls yet. So in terms of security, I think both Katampe extension and Guzape extension is the same. The both areas are quite safe. Now, I'm told reliably that most people actually own houses in these two places. Apart from being rich politicians, many of them are also either retired or service military people. So, I mean, in terms of security, here it seems to be very much safe. And also there is a police station actually in this Katampe extension, as well as there's a police station in Guzape as well. So the last one to talk about today will be the cost of either buying or renting a house in either in Guzape district or Katampe extension. But before then, please could I ask you to kindly help me like this video by giving the thumbs up, especially if you like this content, as well as comment below what are your thoughts regarding these two areas. I'd really like to know, because I cannot see you over there. So let me know what you think about these two areas by typing your comments below. And if you're meeting for the first time, please do check out the content that we have on the channel. If there's something that you like, please why don't you subscribe and become part of this community. I beg, support my hustle. All right, let's get back to the last point. All right, talking about cost, these two areas actually tend to cost almost the same thing. So there will be no win or lose in this area. So, okay, so let's start with the renting. Renting a 3-bedroom flat in either Guzape or Katampe extension goes between 3 million to 4 million upwards. So that's what it costs you to rent a house in Guzape district or in Katampe extension. And this payment is for 1 year. And sometimes if it's a service apartment, you also have to pay the other dues as well. And not forgetting that if you get the house through an agent, you also have to pay the agency fee, you have to pay a caution fee. And by the time you put together all of that, the cost you might be spending for the first year might actually get up to 5, 6 or 7 million naira. So the next to talk about is about buying a land or a house in either of these areas. So these areas have already been allocated to either individuals, corporations, or estate developers. So basically, you're actually buying from a secondary market. You're buying from someone that the land has been allotted to, which is why most of these lands are very, very high in price. Now, there are a lot of things that goes with buying a house or buying a land in Abuja, and that is not our topic today. So in case you watch this video and you decide to buy a house or a land in any of these places, please do your due diligence, because there's a lot that is required, and that's not what we're talking about today. Most of these areas also have a development plan. They have an approved building plans. So most times when you buy this land, you are required to build according to what has been approved by the building, by the development control. Most times, most of these lands have been acquired by estate developers. So what they do is that they purchase this land in bulk, so they turn it to an estate, and then they allocate various portion of the lands to people who will now buy them and then either build by themselves, or the estate developers can as well help you to build. 1,500 square meter, how much?
No. Okay, 2,000 million 90. Okay.
290 million.
Yes, 290 million.
Okay, for 2,500 square meter.
Yes.
So if you're buying like a 250 square meter, it goes for like 12.5 million. And if you're buying 300 square meter, it goes around like 22 million, depending on the location. If you're buying like a 500 square meter, it goes like 40 million. If you're buying like 600 square meter, you can get it around 45 million naira. Now, one thing you should know is that the price are not static. Now, the price could be higher, it could be lower. It actually depends on two major reasons. So one of the first reasons is the condition of the land. If you're buying a flat land, it's usually very much pricier than if you're buying a rocky land or a land that is swampy. So if you're buying a flat land, it's going to be very more expensive. Secondly, if you're buying a land that already have an access road, then it's definitely going to be much higher than if you're buying in a place that the access road has not been done. But most times, if you're buying from an estate, the estate developers mostly develop this access road, do the drainages and all of that. They build the cost into all of that you're already buying. So depending on what you decide to buy, but this exactly is the price. If you like this comparison content I have done today, what else would you like me to compare about, especially in Abuja, especially in Nigeria? Just let me know, and if something I can do, I'll try to do them. So once in a while, we'll bring you these comparison videos to help you make better decisions and also help you to understand Abuja and Nigeria much better. Finally, for those of you who checked out the community tab, there's a poll asking if you'd be interested for me to shoot about like Abuja mini series, and most of you say you're interested. If you haven't checked it out, please check it out and let me know if you're interested in the Abuja mini series or not. But the essence of doing the Abuja mini series is to give you a proper guide into Abuja. So we're going to do it like a guide. So from coming into Nigeria, landing into Abuja, to all the necessary things you need to know, from beginning to end. So we're going to be talking a lot of things, as well as if you have suggestions on what you would like us to talk about during the Abuja mini series, please comment below so we can actually talk about it. So shout out to my family members already in the community who have already suggested things that they would like to see during the Abuja mini series. So we'll be dropping that for you guys to see. Alright, so those of you who have not suggested, please could you suggest what you'd like to see so that we can put it as part of the mini series. I also realized that the Ubuntu content that we put out, many of you didn't really watch it, and man, that videos are really interesting videos. Please check them out, and if you like them, give them a thumbs up, share them. See you guys on the next one. Okay.